from NBC News. This is Today with Matt Lauer and Savannah Guthrie, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Catastrophic. One of the most powerful storms ever recorded, with wind gusts up to 230 miles per hour, slams directly into the Philippines overnight. We're there live. We're going to have more on that big announcement later on, but first, this storm is amazing. It's the top story today. A massive typhoon that's hammering the Philippines and wreaking havoc there right now. ITN's Angus Walker is in Manila. Angus, good morning. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Matt. Well, the experts were warning that this was going to be the storm of the century. A Category 5 super typhoon with wind speeds of up to 200 miles an hour. This morning, the people of the Philippines are counting the cost. When Typhoon Haiyan made landfall at record speeds, it showed no mercy, blowing apart houses, whipping up giant waves, and forcing almost 1 million people to flee their homes. Power and communications in large parts of the country were down as the superstorm lashed the central islands and tourist areas. Some 12 million people were at risk, but early evacuation has kept the death toll low. So far, 4 dead have been reported, but the numbers may rise. Haiyan is the 24th storm to hit the Philippines this year, and this is prime storm season. Bohol province is still recovering from a massive earthquake last month, and now residents are fearing for their lives a second time.
The strength of this typhoon it's massive, and luckily so far we don't have too many reports of flash floods. We'll have to see what the extent of the damage is.
The storm is so fast moving that experts say it may actually prevent catastrophic flooding, normally the cause of most deaths from typhoons in the Philippines. A ray of hope, perhaps, in a country that will have to pick up the pieces yet again. The storm has now been downgraded as it heads for us here in Manila and then off towards China and Vietnam. Back to you.
That's right. That's Angus Walker in Manila from ITN for us this morning. Angus, thank you very much.
Let's bring in Al for some perspective here. It's supposed to be one of the strongest storms ever recorded.
That's right. Stronger than Hurricane Andrew, stronger than even Camille, that was one of the strongest ever. And this system right now is 230 miles, 232 miles south-southeast of Manila. It's got, even though it's not a super typhoon now technically, 165 mile per hour winds. It's moving very fast. It's moving west at 25 miles per hour. This storm is about 300 miles wide, roughly the distance between Boston and Philadelphia. It made landfall as one of the most powerful typhoons. Give you a sense of this, Hurricane Sandy had winds of 80 miles per hour at landfall. It's also on par with Hurricane Mitch, and this same area was hit last month by an earthquake that killed over 222 miles per hour. Now, to give you a perspective of 195 mile per hour winds, I was in Hurricane Wilma in 2005 with 185 mile per hour winds, and that's what happened. So imagine an entire area, an entire country being buffeted by these. It is really rough, and now this weekend it makes its way out into the Pacific and heads on toward Vietnam, where there'll probably be more damage.
I'm going to continue to follow it throughout the morning, Al. Thank you.